Samantha woke up in a different timeline. Normally, she was a straight A student, but in this reality, she was a pretty bad student. Her teacher put her in detention to see if her grades would improve. During detention, she had to solve some puzzles. For each puzzle she solved, she earned points that would help her raise her grade. Her first task was to find the difference between both images. She only had a few seconds, though. Can you help her? Yep, the one on the right didn't have the scribble on the paper. For her next attention challenge, Samantha had to spot the differences between two girls riding in a car. Don't ask too many questions. Just help her. The difference is in the color of their hair ties. Alexa is a swimming champion, preparing for her competition on Monday. 24 hours before the big day, she disappears. Nobody can find her. Mother calls the police and asks them to investigate the crime, and they come up with 3 suspects. All of them are swimmers. Sophie says she hasn't spoken to Alexa since their last practice. Natalie explains that she invited Alexa for lunch on Saturday, but Alexa refused because she was getting her hair done for the competition. Rachel says that she spoke to Alexa the night before. Alexa told her that she was feeling anxious before the race. One of the swimmers is lying. Who is it? It's definitely Natalie. It doesn't make sense for a swimmer to get her hair done before a swimming match. It will get wet anyway. Sophie wanted to have some pocket money, so she started to work at a bookstore. At the end of her first day, she noticed that one book of the collection was missing. There was no record of someone buying it, so it must have been stolen. Sophie was an honest girl. She went to the manager and admitted she noticed the theft, but the manager just laughed and said that nothing was missing. Take another look at the bookshelf and try to figure out. The collection only has 8 books. The 9th book is actually book number 6, but it's standing upside down and in the wrong place. Mrs. Miller has 4 daughters, Abby, Beth, Charlie, and Danny. They're identical quadruplets. Once, the woman asked the girl's teacher to let Abby go after the first class. She had an important appointment. The teacher couldn't tell the teenagers apart, and the girls wanted to have some fun. So, they gave her a hint. Charlie is somewhere in the middle, and Danny is on the left side of Beth and on the right of Abby. Abby is right next to Danny. Can you help the teacher identify all the girls and find out which one is Abby? So, we know Charlie is somewhere in the middle, and since Danny has someone on both sides, she's somewhere in the middle too. If Charlie is the second, Danny must be the third, and since Danny is on the left side of Beth, Beth must be the fourth, and Abby the first. But it can't be true, because Abby and Danny are supposed to be next to each other. But if we switch Charlie and Danny, Danny will be right next to Abby, but still on the left side of Beth. It means that the right order is Abby, Danny, Charlie, and Beth. Jeremy went back home from a 2-day business trip. When he entered the house, he saw a police officer. He said he had come half an hour ago because there had been an alarm in his house. Jeremy didn't believe him and called the police. Why? When Jeremy was driving up to his house, there was no other car outside. If the police officer had been real, there would have been another car parked nearby. It means that there's a thief in disguise in the house. Kevin invited his neighbors for dinner to get to know each other. He showed the guests his unique ruby that he had found in Iceland. Everyone had a lot of fun, but when the guests left, Kevin noticed that Ruby was gone. He called the police and showed them the pictures from the party. Who stole the ruby? Give it some thought, then write your answer in the comments. This guy, he hid the precious stone under his head. It's Emma's birthday, and Olivia offered to treat her to a spa day. They arrived at the enchanting Orchid Spa for their day of treatment. In different rooms, one of the women received a text on their phone saying, "Be careful, take a look at the image." Can you tell which friend is in danger? It's Emma. The food on that waiter's tray is definitely poisoned. She should get out of that place as fast as she can. On a Sunday, Wayne informed his brother Bruno and went trekking with his friend Rasmus. The cops discover Wayne's body in the woods the following Saturday. Bruno claimed to have worked all week. Rasmus was found wandering around the highway. He said that he got lost in the woods right after they arrived and just found his way home. Look at the picture and guess who is lying. Write your answer in the comments. Okay, now let's go to the answer. Rasmus is lying. How can he be so well shaven after being alone in the woods for a week? Fearing the worst, Jessica hurried into the house. She informed the police officer.
As soon as I heard the news, I set off. I was in a different place at my parents' house. It was planned that I would stay there for at least 10 more days after I left a week ago. What happened to my husband?
Mr. Johnson got hit in the head by someone. He was taken to a hospital, but he's going to be okay. I've been questioning the suspects, Mr. Johnson's secretary said.
He sent me to his business partner earlier in the morning. Some important documents needed signatures.
The cook said he wanted me to prepare a meal for the whole family. The housekeeper said,
I didn't hear anything. I spent the whole day doing some housework. I chose to relax after that since I was so exhausted.
The detective quickly identified the guilty party. Who was it? It was the cook. Johnson's wife wasn't in the city, so it didn't require a lot of cooking. After the event, Jessica enters her favorite cafe near her apartment. She makes an order, puts her bag on one of the tables, and goes to the restroom. After a couple of minutes, she returns and finds out that someone had stolen her bag. The waiter says he saw someone with a neck tattoo running into the cafe's second floor. Jessica goes upstairs and finds 3 possible suspects. Can you spot the thief? Write your answer in the comments. Okay, now let's go to the answer. The man in the middle has a tattoo, but it's not on his neck as the waiter mentioned. It's on his arms. This lady is the only one who has a big enough paper bag to hide Jessica's bag. Mary got hungry and wanted to boil a 2-minute egg. She had a 3-minute hourglass timer, a 4-minute hourglass timer, and a 5-minute hourglass timer. How can she cook the egg for only 2 minutes? When Mary sees the water boiling, she should turn the 3-minute timer and the 5-minute timer over. When the 3-minute timer runs out, she needs to put the egg in the boiling water. She'll have 2 minutes left on the 5-minute hourglass timer. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell to stay tuned for our future videos. Share in the comments which riddles you liked the most. See you next time.